you haven't seen this, then I would do this.
You're not looking at video from the past. You're looking at a brand new future, where a brick-and-mortar video store in Ottawa is beating the odds when it comes to competing with streaming video. Peter Thompson owns Movies and Stuff in Ottawa's South End, and he says it's the rare films or popular detective shows that keep him afloat.
I think there's a lot of opportunity to find movies that you may not find streaming in a store like in a bricks and mortar store, where we can bring in foreign films, we can bring in a lot of British detective series, a lot of British series period, a lot of stuff that you may not find streaming on the major streaming networks.
Thompson is no stranger to the business. He grew up in it, working behind the counter when his parents owned it. Letting it go was an option he considered, but then he remembered why he thrived in the first place.
When the time came to make a decision on whether or not to take over, the answer was no. I was not going to. I was going to move on and accept a job offer I had. And my wife and I sat down and said, okay, look, you know the business, community loves you. They were not happy when they heard I was going to shut down. Why don't you try? And I'm really glad we had that conversation, because the community is great and I'm very happy.
Regulars scour roughly 12,000 titles. Certainly they have access to streaming networks, but with a remote control as their only line to the film, they say the personal touch is missing.
We do have streaming, but I find it very overwhelming trying to narrow down, find something that I want to watch. And coming here, Peter's so informative. I can usually ask him what he's watched and what he recommends, and he'll point me in the direction.
I come to this store because the selection is awesome. The discussion about movies is awesome. The series, the BBC series, are fabulous, and the owner of the store will go out of his way to get anything we want and also discuss the shows with us afterwards. So all of that is a real plus to streaming.
So where do these series, popular movies, and sometimes rare, independent foreign films come from?
Oh, I have 40 or 50,000 at home probably. I buy so many collections from people that I end up having to stack them at home until I can go through them and clean them and either sell them online or sell them in here or bring them in here for rent. Usually I'll go through a collection and I'll say, okay, this, and this, I don't have those. I want them, I'm going to put them in my collection. Sort of the rest of them will get put aside and looked at later. I want people to come into the store and go, oh my gosh, a video, and then realize, oh my gosh, there's 12,000 movies here. I could be here all day. And then realize that there's somebody to talk to that's not an algorithm behind the counter. I can show you what I think you would like. I can show you what I liked. And all of a sudden, hopefully you have a customer for life.
Thompson's passion for good film has paid off, and customers of all kinds agree. And while his model may not cause a revival of video stores, it does spark fresh interest in foreign and independent films. And for that, he's all in. In Ottawa for WPBS Weekly, I'm Jolene DeRosier.